We're kicking off a new series this morning. It's today's first Teen Idols. We're starting off things with the Partridge family. I was a big fan of the show as a kid, so much so it got me to thinking maybe I too could have a career playing in a rock band. Well, after all these years, I recently had the chance to tell two stars of the show, Danny Bonaduce and David Cassidy, how much the Partridge family influenced my teenage years.
1, 2.
The Partridges had a life many a teenager fantasized about. A hit pop group traveling the road on a psychedelic bus. David Cassidy had it both ways. Both he and his character Keith were rock stars and teen heartthrobs.
Step right up, folks. Get your Keith Partridge kisses.
Then there was Danny.
Take my wife, please.
The precocious, wisecracking little brother, played by Danny Bonaduce.
This is no environment for impressionable kids.
He was a schemer, but a heck of a bass player, too. 36 years later, sitting down with David and Danny, I found their relationship much as it was on the show.
He really did look up to me. He really did admire me because I was 20. He was 12, that kind of thing.
Was there a bit of a big brother relationship there?
Oh, I think so. I think it still exists.
I was going to say, it still exists.
I was 12 at the time, too, and so I was anxious to tell them in person how much the Partridge family influenced my childhood. I went out and learned how to play the bass because you played the bass, and you played it well. It was then Danny broke the news that this part of my life, happily playing the bass guitar, was built on a Hollywood illusion. Danny Partridge wasn't really playing the bass.
Never played a note, never even had a lesson.
He might as well have punched me in the gut. You have totally destroyed me.
However, would you like to feel better about yourself? Do you know who told me the exact same thing?
Who?
Sting.
Sting thought you played the bass?
Sting came up to me and said I would not be a bass player today if I hadn't sat around and watched the Partridge family.
It turns out David Cassidy was the only cast member really playing an instrument.
I have to teach everyone a little bit about just how to hold the guitar, hold the bass, how to play piano instead of, Susan Day doing that.
I had the basses and amp all set up, hoping we'd play together.
Of course he knows. He plays a stand-up fretless bass.
Instead, it was me who ended up teaching Danny Partridge, how to play the bass line to his own theme song. Come on, get happy. B flat F G. Come on now and me, everybody. Bonaduce is a Philadelphia radio host and opens David Cassidy's concerts as a stand-up comic.
Ex-child stars who go to prison, it's not much of a niche.
But recently, Cassidy upped the ante.
I threw down the gauntlet,
challenging Danny to learn just one song on the bass and play it with him on stage.
Doesn't somebody want to be wanted?
It's 4 strings. How hard can this be? The answer's really, really, really hard.
But he did it. Danny Partridge would have been proud of Danny Bonaduce.
People couldn't wait to get rid of him. They couldn't wait to say, ugh, he's an obnoxious little kid. Look at him. Now he's an obnoxious teenager with acne. And
so far, I'm loving this story.
You should be.
What you're seeing here tonight is the first collaborative effort between Danny Partridge and myself.
I knew how much he admired me and looked up to me like a big brother and wanted to kind of like be a rock star and he still does.